guys, and welcome to Woken Pretty. It's Meera and Min here today. Hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah.
What do you have today, Min? You're so excited.
I'm not really excited, but it's funny because I think that I thought we had kind of left this behind in our mom's generation, but I guess it's still very predominant. There's this viral video on TikTok about this guy finding his wife's empty stocking on Christmas morning. My assumption is that it was taped on Christmas morning last year. I think they're an influencer family. She looks extremely familiar, but he's like holding up the empty stocking. He's like, whose is this? And she's, it's mine. The mom is saying it's mine. And he's, I guess Santa didn't come and visit you this year. So I guess this really shows like the mental load that women put on during the holidays.
What do you mean? He said
like,
Santa
he didn't fill her stocking. Her husband didn't fill it. And she obviously didn't. So I think there's two.
Is it just the two of them? Or are there other people in the family?
No, there's like, he has 5 little girls or something. You can hear little girls in the background.
Were theirs all filled?
Mm-hmm.
So he said he didn't fill it, and then what?
He didn't say he didn't fill it. He said Santa didn't fill it, obviously.
What the hell is wrong with him?
Oh, hold on, though. If you go in the comments, like, there is a divide between the men who are like, I curate my wife's stocking. I look around as to what I know she's going to love and use, and I put things in there that will make her happy. There's also women who are on there who say, I just do it myself because my husband won't do it. And then other husbands who are like, she's out shopping for the kids anyways. Why can't she just get stuff for herself and then fill up her own stocking?
I feel triggered.
Okay. And here's the thing. The thing is that you and I both would feel very triggered in this situation. How hard is it for a man to figure out what you like? I get in the beginning of a relationship, it's very difficult sometimes to know what the person's really gonna, and maybe you need to create a small list for them. But it's like, if you're married, shouldn't you know your wife's favorite body wash at this point? Or look in the bathroom. Where is she getting ready? What makeup does she love? Pick up the whole packet, take a picture of it and take it to Sephora. Get the girl to do it for you at Sephora.
Okay, let's take it back a little bit. When I start Christmas shopping, I have a nasty habit of shopping for myself first. I'm going to be honest, I do not shop a lot. I'm not a shopper. Throughout the year, I get what I need or what I feel like if I have an event or whatever. Most of the time when I used to shop, it would be like, okay, I'm in the store, I'm taking the time out. I would drop like tons of money because that would be like my once a year, because I just don't shop. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Now, as I see the deals coming in, as I'm like, oh, let me go and look online, I have literally not bought anything for anybody, but I've bought a ton of stuff for myself. And I always do that. I've realized I started doing that. I do not put it in the stocking. I do not wait for Christmas. I will just use it because this is me treating myself. I will get everybody presents. I will take that time and I will go and I will just focus on them, whether it's online or in person. However, I'm not going to take the Kiehl's stuff that I bought. I bought some stuff for my husband too from Kiehl's, but for his one thing, I bought 2 things for myself. I am not going to put that in my stocking. I'm not.
Fair.
I just won't. My stocking will usually be empty, but my husband is not that guy. He actually does shop and he will do Christmas shopping and he gets me gifts. He always puts stuff in my stocking, but I do not put stuff in his stockings. I'll get small things and I'll just be like, here it is. I just don't put it in the actual stocking.
But you do shop for him.
100%.
Of course. Now,
we shop for each other. And a lot of the times I say, oh, we're family. We can just give a present from both of us to my mom. You don't have to worry about my mom. But if he sees something, he'll do it. So she'll get 2 presents, whatever. Now, I was talking about this recently because my little son was talking to his grandma on the phone. He was like, oh, I need 6 presents because for some reason, that number 6, he's like, Santa's giving me 6 presents. Grandma's going to give me 6 presents. She's like, I actually only bought 4 things for you. And every time I go out, I'm only buying things for him. But he was like, no, I need 6. I'm like, you're getting one from my aunt, who's my sister, and her daughter. I was like, so that's 5. And he goes, and Grandpa Michael. And in my mind, I was like, Grandpa Michael don't shop. He doesn't shop, but he gives gifts. My mom will go and buy gifts from her. Then there'll be gifts from my stepdad, Michael,
Mhm.
for that she purchased, but put his name on. My brother Randy doesn't purchase gifts. She'll purchase gifts from Randy to us. So my mom essentially will buy me 3 gifts at least, but one will be from her, one will be from her husband, one will be from my brother.
Mhm.
Not for my sister. My sister will do her own gift shopping and spend her own money.
Right.
So now it becomes a male female thing. She takes care of the males and they don't have to do it. They don't buy her anything either. It's
Mm.
expected. So when he was like, "Oh, Grandpa Michael's gonna get me the 6th gift," my mom was like, yeah, I actually think he is buying you a gift because he actually in the past couple of years have bought my son a gift on his own.
Oh.
And last year, 2 years ago, he gave me a gift card, and last year he actually bought me a gift, like
Oh, that's
shockingly, like an
really
actual physical item. So people can change, men can change, but I don't know how that shift happened. I don't know if it was because of my son and it's like the apple of his eye. Like my son loves him so much, so maybe you want to give it back. But
Mhm.
I just think it's just another freaking load on women, like you were saying, for us to
Yeah.
have that pressure. My mom has that pressure for him, for everybody else, and my brother, who literally goes on, "Oh, it's holiday season. What am I gonna get?" And don't do shit.
Yeah.
My best friend,
I have an issue
my
with that
best
kind of stuff.
friend, her brothers don't buy anything, not even for their mother. They are grown ass men. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's very difficult to remember the women in your life. I think you also need to remember from a man's point of view, or from a mom's point of view, I should say, is that if my son was to forget to fill his wife's stocking, I'm pretty sure I would be the first person to quote unquote beat his ass. Because one, you can't leave it all on her. She's already thinking about 10 billion other things for the holidays that you probably haven't thought about. And two, I watched my mom like fill her own stocking growing up, and I remember thinking, that must suck. Then there's no element of surprise. The
This is
magic
why
is
I don't fill anything in my stocking. I don't care if my stocking is empty. I already got mine. I already got mine. I'm already using it. I don't need to have it in a stocking. Guys, I grew up in a third world
no,
country. I did not
no,
get gifts.
but your husband does. You're one, he also probably knows that you're not a huge gift person. Two, your husband still does a small gift for you regardless, right?
My
Like I
husband
couldn't
does
imagine
gifts
waking
for
up
me,
on Christmas
period.
morning and just watching your husband and your children open up gifts, sipping on coffee. Like that would it would I'm I don't want to seem superficial and a little materialistic here, but I feel like I'm pissed off.
So yeah, I think women should have to open a gift, but my husband, he does buy me gifts and it's always something really nice and he'll buy me stupid things too. So he is really great like that. But I have also seen that from people and I don't like it because it's not about, and in my brown girl trending, I know I've been referencing it a lot, but this episode that I just did about how much is too much. In the episode, I say sometimes it feels like an obligation. And for women, it is an obligation for their families. And for the men, for you to feel like it's not an obligation to show your appreciation to your wife is a problem that's not just, oh, I have to buy her a gift. You don't want to feel like you have to buy her a gift. And I don't feel that way about my family. When I buy gifts, I'm like, I want to buy them a gift. Like, I
Yeah.
want to buy my baby sister a gift. I know she loves makeup. I know she likes candles. I know she likes perfume. I know she likes pretty things. I know her. So I know what's going to make her happy. So I try to make her happy. My little son, I know what's going to make him happy. My husband, I know, yeah, I'm going to get him the typical things that he needs, but I'm also going to buy him University of Kentucky stuff because that makes him happy. It's not a need, it's a want. And what's going to be like, ooh, he knows I like Harry Potter. So he buys me Harry Potter stuff. Or he'll buy me, listen, my husband got me my Van Cleef and Arpels earrings last Christmas.
Yes, you told
I'm
us about
fully
that.
expecting the necklace this year, Greg.
Just in case you're listening, Greg.
You
That's
already know.
cute.
So here's the thing. He said, "Oh, but I'm going to stop buying jewelry for you because I never buy the right jewelry. It's always like a miss." And I'm like, "No, it's not. Last year you bought me the Alhambra earrings, but they were black." And he's like, "You love black." And I'm like, "Yes. And I wear black all the time. But you bought me onyx earrings the year before." And Greg, I ain't rich like that. We ain't going no places that I need to have 2 very expensive, beautiful earrings. I'm happy with the one, even though that one wasn't what I expected. Cause I have a David Yurman Tahitian pearl
Ooh.
Beautiful. I love it so much. My necklace, and I have the bracelet. And I thought he would get me
Ooh.
the earrings, but he went to fully get that, but it was something else. I still appreciate it and I still love it. I still wear it. I don't have to set and I'm okay. Like I don't need a set. I'm not old. I don't give a shit. But I just can't justify in my third world country upbringing why I should have two luxurious earrings that are black for a black outfit. Like it's just
I hear you.
I'm gonna go and get the one I want, which was my pearl-ish looking one. And yeah, whatever. So
But he's
yeah,
still
so it's
doing
like
stuff for you. The
he's
reality
still
here is
thinking
that
about it.
like
He's still doing it. He doesn't have to do any of these things. He doesn't have to get me nice gifts. But I will tell you, after 6 months of dating, when we first started dating, my first gift, this boy did not know how to shop for anybody. And he walked into Macy's in Herald Square in New York City to the jewelry section and bought me a gold bracelet that somebody told him was nice. I wore it a few times. I'm mad that he paid the price and he didn't have the Macy's card or the Macy's discounts or waited for a sale. But he was in medical school. He was a resident. He had no money and he spent a lot of money on that. And I appreciate it because it was him being serious about me after 6 months.
yeah.
And I still have it. I put it on once in a while, but it's just not for me. And then for our 1 year anniversary, I got diamond earrings, like little tiny diamond studs that I still have. And, you know, he was very thoughtful about his gift. And the reason he got that for me is because he said, you had mentioned that you wanted to get those. So he got them. So he listens and he remembers. And that's all that matters when it comes to his gifts because there's thought that put into it. It's not about how much he spends. No, it's not.
And I don't
It,
think that from a mom's point of view, who's watched her kids like open up Christmas presents on Christmas morning, it's not about how much money you're putting into that stocking.
no.
About us making it feeling like we're appreciated just as much.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to buy me jewelry, and he does because he knows I do a lot for this family throughout the year. And he feels like that's something small that he can give me because he knows what I like. But it's the thought that goes into his gift giving. Guys, I got this year for my anniversary, he got me a Harry Potter chocolate wand. Okay.
Oh my God, that's adorable. That's
It was
adorable.
it was like candy stuff. And he got me a whole bunch of different candy. I love Ted Lasso. He got me a Ted Lasso energy drink. It was like a whole package of different fun candies that were very specific to things that I liked. It took him 3 different trips into Manhattan to do this.
Oh.
So do I care that for my anniversary, he got me like a hodgepodge of candy? No, I cared about the thought and effort that went into it and the fact that he knows what I appreciate. And so, you know, go to the Harry Potter store in Manhattan. I still haven't been, but whatever. You can go your 100 times without me. I digress.
Like that's a date night that should be done.
I digress. But yeah, no, it's really sad. I think women need to be appreciated all the time. And Christmas, it's just really sad if you don't have a token of appreciation. It's not about the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the stuff. And it shouldn't just be on Mother's Day and it shouldn't just be on Christmas. And I say this to Greg all the time. I say it shouldn't be those days. And people, they're always like, oh, my anniversary is so special. Or Valentine's Day, this is where it's at. And I'm like, no, I don't care about Valentine's Day. I don't care about our anniversary. I don't care about our birthdays as much. I care about the everyday respect and thoughtfulness that we give each other. And I truly, really mean that.
Yeah.
If Valentine's Day come and goes and we don't do anything, I'm chill. Couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Our anniversary comes and goes. By the way, guys, I'm a jerk because I don't get him anything for our anniversaries ever. Ever.
Oh.
Never.
Oh.
But he shows his appreciation for me and he doesn't care that he doesn't get anything. And the reason that is because he knows that I take care of his ass all year long.
Of course.
Tit for tat.
Right. Yeah. And there's a mental load that happens in all of this, right?
But I show my appreciation all the time for him in ways like the other day. This is so personal. I'm like, hey, Greg, I'm just noticing your boxers need to be thrown away. They are stretched the F out. Do you have a lot of that in your drawer? He goes, yes. I'm like, I will get you some.
That's cute.
It's the simple things.
Of course.
That I do. I'm not waiting for Christmas to give him boxers. I go and I order it. I noticed that he has problems with socks. So I ended up finding very expensive socks. I love Bombas, but you're not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he uses all the time now.
Yeah.
Do I use Bombas? No. No. Do I want to? Maybe, but I don't need to. I don't have problems with socks. I don't have issues. So it's like the little thoughtfulness that I do throughout the year that I'm not thinking of a date that's specific that we have to celebrate because that's what society says to us. He does though. And so I'll take it.
That's cute. That's cute that he actually thinks about that kind of stuff, though. Just falling in line with this, I saw another video recently of this mom who's in her car talking, obviously, to her audience. She said, my husband came to me the other day and said, why don't we do Christmas cards anymore? And she said, you know what? You're right. Let's do Christmas cards, but I'm going to have you do it. You decide to find a photographer and find out when her schedule is and make it work with our schedule. Then you go out, you find the outfits for the entire family. You schedule my hair appointment. You schedule the girls' appointments so that they can get their hair done. You get everybody dressed up on the day of. You pick the location. You then go through all of the proofs, decide which photo we're going to use. You decide where we're going to print them. You go and get all the stamps, and then you mail them out to all of our friends. And he was like, yeah, I don't think we should do Christmas cards. She's like, yeah, I don't think so either. And I think what people tend to forget, or men, I shouldn't say men, but I think what people tend to forget in general, because maybe sometimes it's the woman who doesn't know this, but the mental load that goes into just the holidays in general around being a woman is so exhausting.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Meera, but I'm not doing Christmas dinner at my place. My kids are going to come over in the morning. We're going to open presents. And then one of the things that we started recently is we'll go see a movie on Christmas Day. And then I drop them off with their dads and they have dinner somewhere else. And then I'm having dinner with girlfriends who don't have family in town. And I like the fact that I'm having dinner with my girlfriends and we're all just bringing something, but nobody's thinking about anything that's going to overload their current Christmas.
It's low key. It's low key.
Very low key.
Yeah. When I delved into that Brown Girl Trending episode about, I think it was Jingle All the Way, the stress load and how to manage the stress, that was one of the things. I love having people at my house for holidays. I was hosting Christmas and Thanksgiving when my kid was born. First of all, he was born on January 1st. So I was like super duper pregnant. My mom said, hey, why don't we do Christmas at my house? And I was like, that's a great idea. And she was shocked, but also really happy to have that control back to host everybody at her apartment. Like, she has an apartment, it's not a house, but she was able to cook and do all the things and just enjoy it. And she really enjoyed it. I enjoyed just showing up. And the year after, when my kid was almost 1, myself, my husband, and my child, we got to have our own little morning alone time. And we got to be there with him without everybody around and all the crazy. And we really liked that. And so I told my mom, I was like, let's do that again. Let's do it again. So now we're just going to your house for Christmas, and she wants us to stay over, which is annoying, but like, we will, because I just let Axel go take care of him, go run him off, go buy your grandparents, go buy this. I don't care. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah, because you don't have to think about all of
cook. Yeah. Even if my mom comes and cooks,
or
it's still
go out and buy the turkey.
When they're at your house, they can help you clean up. And then when they leave, I got to clean up again or more on top, because I'm still have to putting stuff away. I know where things go. It doesn't matter how much people, unless you're my cleaning lady, you ain't know how I want it. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
So I agree. We don't normally do Christmas dinner or anything. It's right. So it's not a big deal. My mom will just cook and it's just like us hanging out, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. But I forgot what I was going to say about the Christmas dinners though. Either way, it's whatever works for you. The Christmas card thing, I did Christmas card the first year. The first year when my kid was born. And I had a picture that I took with Greg was Santa Claus. And then it was me and Axel in my living room. It was beautiful. Okay. If you are a close family member, you'd probably be like, where's Greg? You had to see that he was Santa. So I thought it was funny. Okay. I will show it to you, Min. You would love it. After that, I was like, one and done. I ain't doing it again. I'm not going to be pressured every year to do a card, because I see the stress that people go into about it. I don't care if you have the addresses loaded and you just send it out. I don't care. It's about getting the picture. If you're ordering from an online service, like I saw a girlfriend had ordered the day before or the day after Thanksgiving, and she never got it until January. Things happen. And then she was so stressed out about it all through December. She was so upset. And I'm just like, this is unnecessary. No, I love seeing my friends and their families when they send me a card. But if they don't send it to me, I'm going to be really honest with you, I don't miss it. I'm not like, yo, Min didn't send me one this year. If you were my sister.
Okay, quick question.
Or my sister-in-law, I want to see my nieces.
Oh, okay.
That's different. I want to see my nieces, but at the same time, most likely I'm already seeing them throughout the year.
Of course.
But if you had a Christmas card, I want that Christmas card of my nieces. But all my
Yeah.
friends and everything, like, I love you. I don't need your Christmas. I used to get one from my neighbor. I did for the first 2 years. Like the first year, I didn't know who it was because we only met him. We never met his family. He looked so different because they always did a vacation and took pictures and did their Christmas card. We found out because he would send us one every year. He'd put it in our mailbox. That's how we figured out it was him because there was no stamp. And I was just like, is this him? Is this his wife? Is this his 5 kids that we've never met? Literally. Not because
Wow.
he had so much he wanted to give it out to everybody, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that way. It should be thoughtful. So no one has gotten a Christmas card for me. I now print out my kid's school picture for his grandmas and his aunties,
Mm-hmm.
and I shove it in a regular Christmas card to wish them well. I'm like, and here's my kid. Throw the picture away or put it on your mantle. I don't care what you do, but this is your blood relative.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah.
Moving on.
That's
That's it.
actually a really cute idea. I like that idea.
It's also less maintenance. I don't feel like I have to send it to friends or whoever. It's just going to be grandma,
My other
grandma,
question
grandma.
is how quickly do those Christmas cards, like I get a couple of those Christmas cards and I will tell you, December 26th, those things are chucked.
I save all of mine.
I don't mean to be mean. Really?
I save
Good
it.
for you, girl.
I've had, man, if I knew you for years and you sent me one, I would have it. I would have it. I save them all.
Good for you. All right. Now I feel like a douche. Nope. I'm telling you, December 26th.
No, you don't feel like that.
But because how much of that stuff are you supposed to keep? I also
keep
I don't keep
everything.
Christmas cards either. The minute that Christmas is over, I'm like, they're gone.
I keep them.
Good for you.
There's a reason I keep them though. When I was a little girl and I moved to this country, I was 8 years old, and I used to do a lot of pen paling and correspondence with my mom who wasn't here.
Yes.
I would write my uncle, my grandmother, my little cousins. And as I grew older into my teenage years, we continued to correspond all the time, all of us. And this is pre-Facebook and everything. So now we can do it online, but I have those pictures. I have every single card my mom ever sent me from Trinidad before she moved here. I have letters from my dad, and I have them all. And I read them a couple years ago, and it was just really, it's me, it's my life. And it's part of it. So I kept it. So since then, I've always kept everything because of that. Don't get me wrong. Like sometimes I throw things away with people I don't care about eventually, but I keep them for a while. My close friends, I keep everything. Anyone that sends me a card right now, if you are important to me in my life, I have your card.
Oh, nice. Good for
If
you.
you don't write shit in the card and you just go, Min, at the bottom, I'm like, maybe I won't unless it's really.
I get it. Yeah. I don't keep any of that.
I may throw those away, but if it's your kids on it or you, or if you wrote like a note in there, I keep it.
Good for you.
I didn't realize I was so sentimental. Damn.
Yeah, I was going to say, girl, you're super sentimental.
It's not like I read it on a regular. I just have it for life. One day when I'm an old lady and no one's visiting me, I'll be reading all your shits.
I don't feel like you'll be a lady who doesn't get a lot of visits, but sure, we can go down that road if you'd like.
Because I won't be here to be visited. I'll be traveling the world.
All right. Okay. I didn't think
not on that 3-year
right
cruise that they canceled though. Not on that 3-year cruise from the other day.
I was thinking about, okay, so do you remember those horror stories that we used to hear about cruises getting stuck? Or like the cruise that was quarantined for 12 days when they got back? And I was like, I don't know now if I would do a 3-year cruise because if something happened and I was stuck at sea or something. Oh, no.
I would never do a 3-year cruise. I can't even do a 3-week cruise in my mind. 3-week cruise would be if I'm going to Antarctica. I said it.
I don't know if I would go to Antarctica in general, though.
Hell yeah, I would. Are you kidding? That would be so gorgeous. Although
Also
I've heard
cold.
there's a lot of boats that are going there now, considering compared to the past X amount of years, that it's actually creating a little bit of a problem because it's an untouched area for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But because of all the boat
traffic
stuff, not the traffic, but like the gas, the engine, the waste, the whatever, it is actually causing a little bit of an environmental problem there. Not a huge one, but they already have their own issues with, if you believe it or not, to people who I don't know, with what's happening with our world temperatures. So that's just adding a little bit to the problem. Yeah. But I do want to visit Antarctica. I hate the cold, but I just think it would be such a pristine, beautiful place to be. I'm not going to go out and go glacier hiking. Don't get me wrong. I will stay on the boat, but I want to see. I want to
Yeah,
see. And it's not the
fair.
same being in Alaska, which is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to, Alaska.
Oh
So
man.
gorgeous. It is. You're in Canada, so you might have a lot of that type of stuff if you travel within Canada.
I would love to go to Alaska. I've heard,
Oh,
I was sitting
boy.
on the plane the last time I flew back from BC beside a guy who was leaving the Northwest Territories. And he said it's gorgeous up there. And every time I think about it, though, it just cold, man.
It's not. I went in the summer. First of all, I went in June. It's
Okay.
23-hour daylight. I was in Anchorage. I drove down from Anchorage to the big main park into, I think it was Seward or Stewart. Beautiful scenery because you have the water on one side and you could see like glaciers from far distance. And I said to myself, I had to cut that trip short because I was starting a new job and they wanted me to cut it short. I regret it. But I'm telling you, I said, if I ever go back, I'm getting a cruise ship and going through different parts of Alaska and seeing it from a different viewpoint and a vantage point
Right.
because it was just so extraordinarily beautiful and peaceful. And by the way, guys, I've been to New Zealand, which is also gorgeous in a different way. Lots of, if you're into Lord of the Rings type things, lots of scenery from that. So that's what it is like. Beautiful place. Alaska is beautiful in that exact sense, but different because it's the middle of the summer and you can see glaciers. It's great. You just need a sweatshirt in the summer. It's fine. You're in Canada. You don't even need a sweatshirt.
Girl, that's not, oh my God, that's not a thing.
It's up north. For me, anything up north. I go to Michigan every year and I'm like, damn, it's cold up here and it's summer.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
I've been
Yes.
to Canada through Michigan using that bridge, that one bridge.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I've done that a few times. And I went to school upstate New York, Niagara Falls, to go to Toronto. Toronto's not that far.
No, and
I have one of my
Toronto's
good friends
fairly
from
warm.
college.
It's a mild
Yeah, one of
city.
my good friends from college is from Toronto. He calls me still once in a while when he's working. I found out he goes to work at 11 o'clock. His family owns the company. But yeah, he's in Toronto. I went to their wedding. We drove up to Toronto all the time.
Nice.
It's 5 hour difference. Get in a car and drive. I didn't drive at the time, so people drove. I didn't drive.
Nice. Well, Toronto's a gorgeous city. I love Toronto.
Toronto. Yeah, Montreal is where they used to go. Montreal.
Oh,
Montreal. Yeah. I
I
spent New Year's. I spent a New Year's in Montreal before with an ex-boyfriend.
oh my gosh, we're gonna have to trade stories because I spent several New Years in Montreal. It's not far from me.
Well, not that far from me either.
It would have been funny if we were in Montreal at the same time.
Maybe. Mine was probably like 2006, 2005, 6. Ew, imagine if our paths crossed. That would have been
Where
so
were you
funny.
that night? Do you remember where you went? Did you go out?
Yeah. I was drunk. We stayed at the Marriott, I want to say, and it had a train station at the bottom.
Yep. Okay, I know exactly where you stayed, but what club did you go to?
Drunk.
Okay.
But I did end up in old Montreal at the end of the night, which was beautiful.
Heavy Putin.
Probably.
Yeah.
I was with a bunch of.
Yeah, girl, I have a feeling that we probably crossed paths that night. Like,
Do you ever see those movies where they show you these path crossing, and then they flash forward to when you actually meet?
yeah.
I always find those things interesting. And I'm like, how many times in life does that really happen? Because I bet you it does.
Elise Myers, which if you don't know, you should know. But Elise Myers did a TikTok video about how her boyfriend or her now husband was always around in her life. And then they met randomly. I don't remember how they met, but she has pictures of herself with friends and he's in the background.
Wow.
And I know this other couple because they went to the same college, I want to say.
So they were
But
always
they
like
didn't
in
even meet
each
at the
other's
college. I think they
sphere.
met somewhere else.
So they were always just in each other's sphere.
Yeah. So there's a couple that I know. Her family went to Disney World when she was like 5, 6. His family went to Disney World the same year. And there's a picture of her in front of Cinderella's castle or close to Cinderella's castle where she's sitting with having a picture with Minnie Mouse. In the back of the photo is her husband taking a picture with his family and Mickey Mouse.
Wow.
It's been said that apparently your soulmate or the person you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life is somebody who's in your realm before you turn 21.
That's not the case for me and Greg.
But I'm just saying, how weird is that we were probably in Montreal the same day? We probably ran into, quote unquote, I was drunk too. So we probably ran into each other.
We probably did. But how many other times? Like New York is such a big city, but it's such a small city. I run into people all the time in New York City that I know. And even my husband, when he moved to New York, I obviously met him his third year of living in New York, towards his end of his thing. But he was there 2 years before. I'm like, did we ever cross paths? I don't know. But we were going to different places, but I don't know. You just never know.
I know, right?
How cool.
Oh, great conversation.
What did they call it? Kismet or something? Something like that.
Is that what they call it? Kismet? Or serendipity?
I don't know. Maybe one of the viewers can help us out. One of the listeners can help us out. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. I know we went off on a tangent, but what a fun, cute episode, I think.
Yeah.
This was fun. Obviously, share the episode. We have noticed you guys are sharing us, and we love it because it means you care and you found value in it to share to your girlfriends or boyfriends, because y'all guys love us. We were not bashing men earlier today. We were just trying to let you know what's up, learn, do. But yeah, you could follow us on Woke Pretty Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel over there, where you can view all of these full episodes with us visually on your screen. And we like it. So until tomorrow, guys, have fun. Bye.
Bye.
Remember, you're the heartbeat of our podcast. Your support, your comments, and your enthusiasm keeps us fired up and ready to bring you more pop culture goodness each week. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment of action. We'd love to hear your thoughts, suggestions, and even your own pop culture discoveries.
Connect with us on social media at Woke and Pretty Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.